Holy information overload today. Probably can't get through everything, but some of the big things were like getting some updates from that node organization and all that. I'll probably have to talk about some of the other stuff tomorrow or something like that. I did have to try to see some of this stuff out of curiosity, the stuff you guys mentioned. Like Chris, you were saying there was something about like in Chicago or something like that. Like there was a bird that ran into like an airplane. I was like, okay, I gotta look this up myself if it's real. I didn't see it, but there was like a video attached. You can see here it showed like the wings of it like were on fire and all that on the aircraft. Like, is this real? I know for a person like myself, whenever I see videos like this online nowadays, I'm super skeptical because I would imagine people in the airplane, they would be yelling like crazy and all that if they like actually see like the tip of the wings on fire. I guess one of the main points there is in general, I mean, in my opinion, personally, I still think things like birds and stuff pose more of a threat than drones. I mean, again, have safeguards and all, but don't fear-monger people that don't understand the tech for the most part. So yeah, if some of you guys remember, I made a video about that node organization, the Network of Drone Enthusiasts, which they were supposed to be like an advocate for people that fly drones to hopefully like help promote lawmakers to make more reasonable laws. And there was one launched here in Canada before, but basically, to my knowledge, till then, nothing really happened. Until today, apparently, one of you guys notified me first, so I checked my email box and all that, and yeah, so apparently on the actual site, they have all this forms and all that for people to fill out, apparently. So basically, they're describing, in general, they're encouraging people to voice out their opinions to the people of authority, like the transport minister and all that, and how essentially, like the way the laws are written, it doesn't even protect people that much safety-wise, it just hinders people from being able to fly. I guess for a person like me, these are the quotes that I relate to personally. It says like basically, these rules could prohibit drones from being used for education, art, and filmmaking, even in your own backyard, and even when you're flying safely. I mean, that's what people need to realize for the most part. Just with the way it's written, it's really ridiculous. Now on the site, they basically suggest you how you should be contacting them, like how you should form your letter and all that in terms of the language you're using. I was actually a little bit confused because they actually have like a form where you can submit just by entering your details, and there's actually stuff written on it already. Like here, there's like a template response which you'd submit, I suppose, like if you put in your address and all that. It says, if Canada wants to remain a leader in the drone industry, limiting access is not a wise approach. And it tells you stuff like within 75 meters of all buildings, vehicles, peoples, etc. Like it just doesn't make sense. So that's the only confusing thing to me, because if they already give you like a template response, it's just more of just a petition for the most part. And again, my assumption is this is all being sent to like the transport minister and all that. Like again, it's my assumption, but basically this is one of those like, yeah, again, like one of the more formal ways for people to send in their thoughts and all that. I guess overall it's good because again, like I said, there has to be like more than one way to get the voice heard. So the more the better for the most part. And I know some of you have asked me like whether or not like I know what this organization is all about like personally and all that, or if it's worth like to go through the process. Just in general, to my knowledge, okay, I'm just going by what I read publicly. Like, feel free to educate me about this. Like, to my knowledge, like DJI is a part of this in some fashion. So I guess that's good to have like a big company like to be supporting something like this. Now in terms of this organization in general, again, I know just as much as you guys do, because like in the beginning when I made the video, some of you even like posted questions saying, hey, like I sent an email and all that, they didn't give me any confirmation or anything, like what's going on, is it active? I had the same question, I asked them publicly and they actually never replied to me at all. So in that sense, yeah, I know just as much as you guys do. Like whether or not they'll have better communication with people like me, like we'll see. But for the moment, yeah, I know just as much as you guys do. I can only imagine it's a good thing though, like overall, because again, like the more ways, the better. Yeah, but as usual, for the most part, I'm basically learning all this with you guys as well. If I'm not mistaken though, I believe I vlogged about it a little bit a while back. There was some place in the US where they were actually campaigning around, and they actually in that area were able to stop these laws or whatever from being passed fully. Now, something about people were trying to restrict limits on how low the drone can fly as opposed to how high, which is kind of interesting. I should ask you a public question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about someone flying a drone here, like one of those aircrafts?
Well, it's the risk.
They're a risk.
The risk.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, same with me. I play this if my boat got stuck in the middle. It's my
Yeah,
risk.
yeah. Okay. So you think they're actually dangerous, like if someone flies like a drone around here?
Yeah, but luckily we don't have much like a lot of air coming through here. They are about like 3,000 feet high.
Yeah.
Just don't go beyond that.
What do you think? What do you think of someone flying up there, like in those empty fields?
Empty field should be okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you flown like RCs and stuff usually? Like beside boats? Have you like those planes or model aircraft?
Yeah, I also do the glider. As
Oh,
well.
you do? Okay.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, but just have to be careful.
Yeah. Did you know about those new laws then? The ones that were released recently?
Nope, not yet.
Why you didn't put like a camera on that so you can take like the footage or something?
Oh, it will be very bouncy. I prefer to put it on my glider. It's more
Is it?
smooth. Yeah. This place is pretty cool for glider. Yeah. So what about the new law you say?
Basically, temporarily, it's you can't fly anywhere within 9 kilometers of a airport or helipad.
Yep.
It's
Yeah. Oh, that one I heard before.
yeah, and it's you have to stay 75 meters away from all buildings, animals, people, and all that, everything.
75.
75 meters away, yeah.
Okay. Yep. We need to have a bigger field and then fly in the morning.
Yeah.
Early morning.
Well, it's still illegal. Like, say here right now it's empty,
Yeah.
you still can't fly, even if there's no people here.
Oh, really?
Well, there you go. More average public opinions for someone who doesn't fly a drone. In general, like they say, like, yeah, safety, but then when you start mentioning things like you still can't fly it, even if it's empty, they're like, what, really? So for most, I would say like, hey, how about you fly in that empty field? Like, yeah, that should be okay. And then I said like, you know, hey, technically it's still illegal because I believe there's like a news helicopter or a helipad around here and it's technically within like 9 kilometers and you still can't do it. So usually like from there, people are a little bit like mystified, like, okay, maybe it is a little ridiculous. I mean, I hope that's what people realize as well. Well, it's like an army. And this one was interesting. I'm surprised that Dan, you got a response so fast from Transfer Canada. So for those who weren't following along before, you essentially said you were going to ask when they're going to hold, like, say, a public meeting of sorts or to get their opinion about the interim drone laws. And you said here, I would like to know if there are any scheduled meetings for Mark Garneau to meet with drone enthusiasts regarding his interim restrictions on recreational drone usage in Canada. Since the introduction of the interim safety rules, I have not heard of any forum or committees open to the public to afford us an opportunity to express our concerns. Please advise us whatever scheduled events are available. And again, you actually got a response pretty quick, so I'm kind of amazed by that. So that's good, I guess, like for the Transport Canada. And in general, just for the record here, it says the person that was applying was an Adele for the policy advisor. Okay, and so it says here, proposed regulations will most likely be going for pre-publication in the Canada Gazette, Part 1, CG1 at the end of the month. And then brackets, ideally. So I guess that's a little bit concerning because ideally, like, well, there's going to be a delay possibly, like to like the month of July. Oh my goodness. Then it goes on to say, once they are published in the CG1, there is a public participation process in the regulatory process. This will allow you to submit your comments before we move to Part 2, which is the step when proposed regulations become official regulations. Then afterwards, they link a site and all that, and I think, Dan, you even tried to clarify, like, are those, like, I guess, instructions or actual process actually listed, and you didn't get a response, or at the time of recording this video, I haven't gotten confirmation about it. But yeah, I guess they respond. I'll link, like, all the sites and stuff that they linked as well. So again, I'm personally not the type of person that's into politics and all that, so from what I gather, takeaway from someone like me would be they're not making any promises, for example, that it will be passed out at this end of the month, what they said it would. And at the same time, for a person like me, I'm still a little confused personally on how people actually put out their opinions and all that. Is it like an online form, for example? Or do people like me actually have to go through like some kind of organization where you give them all your opinion and then they're gonna retranslate everything to make it sound parliamentary, if that makes sense? Thank you for sharing this again though, because again, there's a lot of average people like myself who just don't follow like these formality process and stuff all that, and I think people need to be like aware of what's going on and all that. Actually, I hope the process to submit feedbacks, like or whatever, however it works, isn't very Stone Age. I mean, even here, like we had the election here before, and again, I don't pay attention to politics much, but basically, apparently in our province, we were being scolded the fact that we're not even using things like an online system to do the voting. Like it takes forever to do recounts and all that. So I hope it's not going to be like a dinosaur way of doing it too. But yeah, hopefully it's a good sign of the communication and all, because I would imagine that's what most people want, communication, not like robotic template responses, because at this moment, these laws make absolutely no sense and they're affecting people. Anyways, see you guys later.